Okay, so I got to make some comments on this. It's not really reality factor challenge, maybe a little bit. But, okay, so first she says she would cook, but she doesn't have any pots and pans, and then says she won't be den mother for them. Um, After they find out she's pregnant, talking about some sort of weird abortion. I think that puts her at being a den mother because where else is she going to go and do? She's going to be pregnant, go fight and do some of these other things. Okay, but she makes a good point at being included and having a gun too, which she should have already have had, and they should have already had it as a plan. So in case something happens, this didn't happen in the first place, but then she didn't even have a club or something. So a whole lot of bad things happened, and now they're reactive. They're being reactive. They're being reactive, right? They're just, oh, something bad happens. Now we'll plan, right? Okay, so now at this point, she's actually showing more wisdom than the rest. Okay, but Peter says, uh, after that, he says, "You're not going out till you learn how to handle yourself." Um, but Stephen kind of gets all upset about that, about her wanting to have a gun to defend herself. Oh, I gotta be the man, and well, you don't even know how to fight yourself, and why can't she at least have a chance? I'm gonna be the man.
I'm sorry, Stephen.
And I'm not saying that's bad because he's got his role. He just needs to do better in his role, but that doesn't mean that she shouldn't be able to participate and defend herself. Okay, so, and if he wasn't so incompetent, it might not be a problem. He could really look after her and do stuff. Don't you think Steven's incompetent?
Mm-hmm.
How incompetent is Steven? Flyboy.
1,000,000 out of 10.
No, I mean, just describe just how is he?
Way
Was he
too
incompetent?
dumb. Way too dumb.
Is he very good at fighting?
No.
Is he good at shooting?
I don't know how to describe it.
Okay.
Because he's clipboard.
Yeah, so he's just some of these older generations. That's fine if you wanted to be the man of the house, but he just really sucks at his role. He just needs to be trained up quite a bit. Huh. Okay.
3 zombies.
Reality factor challenge.
Ready to ring the bell? Ding, ding, ding. I'm not the bell. We just rung the bell.
Well, I'll twist your doorknob. I'll ring your bell. I'll ring your bell. Okay.
Ding dong. Oh my god.
Okay, let me get this. All right, so getting the trucks. Now, they came up with a plan. They're going to take these trucks, they're going to hotwire them and block the entrances so the zombies can't get in. How do you think about that plan? It's a fairly good plan. So, they're going to go next door, which is a truck depot. Did they even think to check in the depot if it had the keys inside the building? I mean, being a company truck on site, I bet they would have some sort of a key mount thing for all the keys or something. It would have saved them a whole bunch of problems later. Do you think they should have looked for the keys first before they started cutting the wires?
Yes. Ding dong.
Nobody's home.
Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. I kept ringing the doorbell.
Do you think they should have tried to look for the keys? Yeah. If they needed to do it, it was fine, but I'm thinking that they should have went and looked for some keys.
Ding, ding dong.
Okay, we're gonna move forward. Oh, you better get it, because they're about to come up.
Whoa! I just slid. Just slid. I don't even know how we slid. All done. Bueno.
Huh?
I died. I will die.
Okay, pay attention. Let's see what's going on.
Time is... Oh, God.
There's falling in a helicopter.
BP.
No, that's rather funny. Okay. Alright.
Hopefully not.
Oh, okay. So now the plan to block the doors is good uh, for afterwards, but them playing Cowboys is ridiculous again and back to taking way unnecessary risks. They have tall vehicles. They are hard for those fairly immobile zombie ghouls to get up to, and they're 5 to 10 ton vehicles. Okay, they should have run them over to clear the lots. They don't have to go fast, so not to damage the radiator or anything. They will fall over and go under the duels. If they crush their heads, they will die, of course, but it will not damage them to a point of not being a threat from crushing body and extreme immobility. No, no. That's not fair. That's not fair. Don't point that at me. Okay.
You did it that big.
They will fall over and go under the duels. If they crush their heads, they will die, of course. But if not, they will damage them to a point of not being a threat from crushed bodies and extreme immobility. The kinds of slow zombies is like an apocalypse person's dream. They could almost walk around in the parking lot taking them out by hand, and they never properly utilize this option in their story. So if you went and took one of those trucks and you had these slow zombies walking around in the parking lot, would you run them over?
Yes. I go zoom, 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 zoom.
Well, you don't have to hit them hard, because they're just you just kind of come up to them, and because they can't move, they can't dodge out of the way, so you just knock them over and then run them over. Just run them over.
Yes, that's okay. I just go zoom, zoom, zoom until he's dead, until I crush his head.
No, you don't have to do that, because say if there's 50 of them out there, they don't even have to do them all at once, or they probably should. Well, they probably could zigzag, hitting this one, make another trip, come back to hit this one, come back to hit that one, come back to hit this one. That would be fine.
That's not what they did.
I know that's not what they did. It's what they should have done.
And
they should have cleared the area. I don't know why, if there was any motivation. Well, we need to make it look like we're hiding. Well, you can't hide because they have a helicopter on the roof, and that was eventually what was their demise, their circumstance anyways, later on. But not utilizing that, taking the truck and clearing the area, because eventually other zombies would come through, so it's not like it would matter, because I think they ended up having more come. They should have cleared the area, run them all off out of the parking lot, so they could have safely got those trucks in position. That was a safety factor, wasn't it? Because you remember what happened?
Ding, ding, ding.
It's a safety factor too, with the reality factor?
Yeah, reality factor is this bell. Safety factor is this bell.
Okay, but I'm just like, it just bugs me. I'm like, there's a depot and you have all these trucks like this and these kind of zombies. That would just be a dream come true. In a nightmare of a zombie apocalypse. But if that's the situation you had to deal with and that's what you were handed, I'm like, man, I'd have been running them all over. You wouldn't splatter them all over the windshield, but they don't really get up into the truck because they're just those kind of zombies. But knock this one over, crush them, knock that one over, crush them. Man, that would have been so fun. That would have been just, man, I'm comfortable with this, that we're going to safely do this. Because apparently being bit by a zombie is sort of painful, and then dying a slow death that way is not fun.
I hope that does not happen to me.
Did you get your gun?
Oh, get your gun too!
Oh. What are we going to do when the zombies come? Shoot him in the head. Do you shoot him in the foot? Do you shoot him in the hand? Do you shoot him in the chest? Well, apparently flyboy does, if he even hits him at all. He can't hit nothing. He might hit Peter though if he was aimed for him, I think. Okay, so let's see.
The one day, our first video, I was like, I don't even know how I even did that. I can't even do the noise I did.
Oh, okay. So I forgot to catch one other thing. So that was kind of funny. They're doing back in the 70s. Let me because you don't know this because you're obviously this is certainly before my time. I wasn't around in the 70s. The 70s was the era of the CB radio, and that's what they're making a reference to in that section right there. But that's still a similar channel. I think the helicopter should have it, and I think they had walkie-talkies or something in the maintenance room. I think I saw them there where he got flyboy got his thing. Why are they not using walkie-talkies to talk to the flyboy? The radios, the CB radios in the truck should probably have a channel that they can work with the helicopter. Why did they not try to orchestrate this? Communication was essential, wasn't it?
Yes.
Did they properly set up communication? How? Were they able to talk to Flyboy?
No.
Was he able to talk to Peter?
No.
No. He was talking with him on the CB radio.
That was
In the trucks. The trucks have a CB radio. See, that's what he had on there. Like breaker 19.
Breaker 19.
Then he didn't have that with the helicopter, which he should have. All right, so let's check this other next spot. See, look, that's what I'm talking about. Did you see them all in the parking lot? They could have cleared the parking lot.
So wait for them. Where are you, zombies? Yes, get them! Oh God, no.
Yeah, see what I'm talking about? Look at this. Okay, that's about creepy.
Luckily,
Hey, let me touch your face. He's getting all riled up and stuff. Oh my God, how dare you touch my face? Dude, he had to push through like 10 zombies to get back into the other truck.
Shoot them!
See, look on their way back, they're not hitting anything. They should have cleared this off.
You're supposed to shoot.
Well, I was supposed to run him over with the truck, but... Okay, so they didn't have communication. They have a good plan. The plan sucks. It's a good plan, but the way they didn't put all of the plan down... See, now they're being a bunch of cowboys. It's like simple work. I don't know why their cowboy ended up so much. It's like... You start taking too many chances. What was that dude? That was a zombie back here smoking or something? Like, where was these? Like the first truck that they got. Where were all these? They're coming to get a truck now? This time they're coming around? Oh, we're not going to go attack after the first, until the second truck. See them all? Where were they?
I shot them already.
Well, we missed the first truck because we walked too slow, so we're going to go take a break and wait for him to come back.
Get your gun! Get up!
I need something.
I'm trying to shoot Roger, Oh my God, I'm gonna shoot Roger.
I'm just going to wait to call it for a second because I've got...
This is where I'm about to die. Oh no, you do not.
Oh, see, now he's got his gun hung up.
Let go my foot, you idiot!
What? What's going on? So, Flyboy's trying to be what?
Let go my leg! You idiot, you let go my leg!
Yeah, that was a real good decision. Just spray it all over me. I'll get it in my eyes, get it in my mouth, and I'll turn into one. See, all these things lead up to this point. I don't know if that caused him more post-traumatic stress or something that caused him to do what he's going to do here in a minute. But no. So get all bent out of shape for what's he expect a zombie's going to do? It's a corpse. There's nobody home. How dare you?
That's my favorite one.
We got this, man. We got spotty ass.
Well, he just certainly turned all of a sudden, didn't he? Okay. Reality factor challenge.
Ding, ding, ding.
How many things did you find wrong with that?
A bunch of things. Why would he open his mouth and open his eyes?
No, okay, no, not that. Okay, I'm talking about when he first showed up to, with the truck. Okay. So Roger's hot wiring the trucks. I think I might have mentioned it. We'll see where I'm at with editing. I better say it. Okay, so how many things did you find wrong with it? So there was a bunch of things wrong. So they're hot wiring the trucks, and why didn't they go to the depot? Because the keys are probably there for all the trucks. Okay, they probably may be locked up. And who's going to stop them? At this point, it's free for all to break open the box. So, okay, fine. If the box there, whatever, the keys are some other place, that hot wiring, that was fine. But why would, I mean, if he got in there, why would he leave the door open? Okay, left the door open. Big problem. Now, you're talking about a semi-truck that's how high, so they can't get up in there. I mean, to be able to climb up there that high, he would be safe. He would be safe, surrounded with that truck. Yeah, they broke out the window. Well, big deal. Okay, they're still not going to really climb up. I've never really seen them climb up and climb into the window, so he'd have been safe. You're safe because you got weapons now, huh? Okay.
Right where I know
So, they didn't orchestrate. Flyboy does not have a radio that's in tune with them. And then Peter just drops him off. Good luck. Leave the door open. And hopefully you don't get bit, because then that certainly is happening. Right?
Show them their gun.
Why? I'm ready just in case. We ain't
also
making no
50
screw up
caliber.
decision. We're not going to screw up.
This is also a 50 caliber.
Looks a little small, more like a 38 or 22. Okay,
Magnum.
so okay, didn't you have an issue with that? Like, Roger's underneath of there. He's not watching around to see what's sneaking up on him. And then we didn't know how long it's going to take him to actually hotwire the thing or not. And then Peter takes off. Peter should have stayed there as his lookout cover. That was ridiculous. That was absolutely ridiculous. What kind of plan are they? These are SWAT people that are supposed to be trained for certain environments like that. Flyboy's one thing. He's at least looking out, but he doesn't have a radio. So their planning is horrible in this. This, the management, they didn't have good communication between them. Well, really any. Okay, so then it goes south. And he kind of has a meltdown? Or I don't know. He's like, how dare you? I'm busy hot wiring a truck. And I didn't expect you to be zombies and act like this. And I don't know. He got her face all blown all over him, which was kind of stupid. Let me show. No, he should have kept. He should have kept pushing her up a little bit. They should not be doing shots that close like that, because the whole thing with contamination, you get bit. I mean, the blood carries whatever, and he would have got infected. And so him not. If anything, Peter could have just. Why did he have to shoot? He should have got out of the truck and went and drug her butt out, grabbed her by the head of the hair and pulled her out. Or he should have or even Roger should have just pushed his foot up there into her abdomen or chest or something, and just kicked her out. Because he eventually does kind of shove her out that way, but he should have done that and not be shooting close proximity to each other to spray that blood crap all over them. If you've gotten his eyes or sinuses or enough of it in his mouth or something like that, it's all over. I mean, it's eventually going to be all over for him anyways from his stupid cowboy maneuvers. But yeah, their behavior, their planning and their behavior and their protocol for dealing with this is ridiculous. Do you think it was very unsafe?
Mm-hmm.
Peter takes off not watching him. Maybe the other thing I was sort of thinking of, do you think Roger got upset because the one good-looking blonde that was around was, well, she wanted more of the relationship. She wanted to take a little too much out of him. He got mad because, oh man, she...
silly. Here, Billy, be silly.
He wanted...
That zombie blonde would not do that.
Well, he wanted to kiss on her, but she was going to bite. So she was rabid crazy, so he couldn't date her.
She was not rabid crazy.
She was going to bite him!
Because she's a zombie. What else do you expect?
I guess I'm expecting it slim pickings, and it was wishful thinking, and so he's just upset with it. The one good-looking girl around that seemed to like him was going to go a little bit more than what he was willing to go. Okay, let's move on.
Oh, I was over here. Do you like my gun backpack, Dad? Do you like my gun backpack?
Yeah. So I didn't understand how there were still so many zombies at the doors. I mean, they were like blocking up the doors. I don't because there was activity. They were driving away with the truck. I don't see why they would have drawn them away. They're like still trying to get in the mall for no reason. They have activity. I mean, I understand maybe some back memory or something. Some things that sort of work as when they were human. Maybe sort of drawing them there. But when they had stimulus, it should have drawn them away, and they didn't. So it was weird how they kept having to fight it with the doors when they're doing this, and that's where I said they should have been clearing. They should have been clearing. That means kill them.
Get your gun out.
Shoot him in the head, man.
Guns up.
Right between the eyes.
Guns up. That means put your gun up and hit them together.
When you shoot, you gotta use two hands. And not so close, because it'll smack you in the face.
I usually use one hand for this one.
Okay. Let's get to the next part. So I don't understand. He starts hitting the zombies now, but he didn't keep hitting them all. He gets all breakdown and starts running them over, but he didn't keep doing it.
We were supposed to kill the zombies. We killed them all. Oh.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
No!
Shoot him!
No!
Why is he... That's ridiculous. He should not be over there trying to climb in and doing these things. Now he left his bag.
You're not just playing with your life, you're playing with mine. Now, are you straight? Yeah.
I'm silly, I died.
Okay, stop. Reality Factor challenge.
Ding, ding, ding. I like ringing the bell.
Okay, minutes before this point, even if there were zombies at the doors that didn't move away, they should be cleared. Okay, so I've been saying this, that running them over, shooting them. There should have never been those zombies in close proximity when he was trying to get in and out of trucks. I mean, you're being mobbed. He's being mobbed. I mean, they're any other kind of zombies in the other shows he would have stood a chance. But this level of easy handling, and he's not able to deal with them. You know, how many people, if this was a real situation, would be comfortable with almost being bit like this? I mean, he was getting, you know, like a shark, kind of grabbing up at the boat, you know. And like, you don't put your hand close enough by it. Okay, not only, if they didn't plan for this and came to this point now, Roger, even though Peter tries to get his head back in the game, should have just called it off. At this point, we need to stop. We need to regroup. We need to come back tomorrow. This is ridiculous. This is like we're having all these close calls. Why the urgency? You got all the time in the world. The world's done. It's a zombie apocalypse, right? Do you think? Are you happy with the way the Roger's acting right now?
No. You shouldn't be doing this.
Why?
Yes. You're gonna have Peter driving down to the depot.
Would you have tried to deal with those zombies and not let 4 of them sitting right there at the door when you're trying to climb in and out of trucks, when you are trying to wiggle in and they're trying to bite at you? Would you want them to be right there?
No, I'd just go.
Yeah. That was time to stop. It was absolutely time to stop. That's reckless. This is beyond reckless behavior. This is dumb luck they made it this far. Flyboy already had some of his issues, but the trained professionals that are SWAT team people, no. Do you think they're trained professionals? Do you think they're acting like SWAT members that are trained for situations
No.
like this?
If they don't move, if it doesn't kill them, I'm just going to roll down the window and go.
Yeah, doing any procedure when everything that you do when your life is on the line, coming out unscathed without an incident is key. Like, you either live or you don't. And let's not be cowboys. I understand there's time to blow steam.
I'm not being cowboy.
They do it later, but at that point, he gets to do it in his final moments after he dies. If he's dying, because he's going to get bit here in a second. Okay. Okay, did you see Roger's eyes? He's... Yeah, man, I'm straight. I'm real straight, man. I can handle it. Yeah, I'm just... Yeah. No, dude, we're done. We're done for the day. He's not straight. He's disturbed. He's not focused. That was definitely we're done for maybe like a couple days until we're, you know, let's take a rest. Let's get the zombie stuff cleared out of our head. I mean, like, get more stuff to barricade, make sure they can't do anything. Like, they got enough stuff up there. They could hide out for however long. The zombies never came up to that room. All right. Let me get to the next point here.
Get your gun out. Get your gun. Play it.
Oh, I gotta get the bag. At this point, they're still not clearing. Boom, right there. Where's his pistol? Boom, shoot him right there. And then he drops the bag. Come on!
Ow! Ow! Ah! No! No, 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 no. Ah!
Tastes like chicken.
Oh.
Oh my god, that was pitiful to watch. Oh my god, he got bit. What do you expect? He was surrounded by 10 zombies that he didn't deal with first. That's it. It is it.
No. You can't deal with it, and I can't deal with it either. The end.
You got too much to do before you can afford to lose me.
Roger. Dad,
Okay, hold
This
on.
is-
Reality factor challenge. I gotta do this one again.
Ding, ow,
Okay.
ow, ding.
Now I've been saying this for a while. Okay, is a bite from a zombie really going to infect you? Like that kind of bite. He grabbed and bit and ripped off like this. He bit through his clothes, which.
You know, I've already been bit.
You've already been bit?
Yes.
Let me see if I can bite through.
No, you're not a zombie.
I think you might get a real nasty pinch. I mean, it's like a shark suit is like a chainmail suit. Okay? For sharks that have razor sharp steak knife teeth. But with that suit, you just get a nasty pinch. But they can't cut through and do that. So, would his coveralls? Would this zombie really? A zombie is not like some sort of supernatural. All of a sudden he grew shark teeth or something. Okay. You're not really bit. Stop hamming it up. Okay.
I said I would die.
I'm not always so sure of.
You bit at the same time Roger got bit.
What if you were able to flush it out? Okay. And bleed out some. Would you get contaminated? All these different zombie shows. And probably going to, any of the next ones that I'm going to say, I'm probably going to keep saying, yes, I know. I'm going to probably say it ad nauseum because that's always been my question. If you get bit, he grabs you and bites you, and then it's not like a snake bite. A snake bite bites you, and they're needles that inject and spray in. Okay? So you get contaminated this way. But a zombie bite, in some regards, if they have some of this stuff, it does this. But could you, that's the question. Could you flush it out? What if he had like a hose with some water or iodine or alcohol or some peroxide or something, and he squished it out and let it bleed out more? If
Do not say that in front of your dog. She's right here.
No, she's fine. I'm not worried about it. We don't know about peroxide in her ear. Okay. So in some okay, so I don't think we could do that to regular people and then take a chunk out would cause it would cause it to bleed a bit. So if that chunk, all your blood vessels would be squirting and oozing and all this other stuff out, so it would sort of self-flush it out. That's kind of what it does. I mean, it's on its way to clotting, but this kind of a bite, is it really going to infect somebody? I mean,
I don't know.
I think it's kind of like it's kind of a 50-50. It really sort of depends on it. I mean, and they should have seen if they could have found any sort of extra guards or pads or anything for protection. You know. But I'm still questioning whether a regular person can bite through clothes and be able to take a chunk out like that. I mean, zombie might lose some teeth in this. But I got problems with this. I'm like, this is like one of the biggest things that like my reality factor meter's pagan.
You want to ring the bell?
It's peg spike. Just
Ding, ding,
would they get
ding.
infected? Could he actually even chew through it? I really question that, and I'm kind of about like 75 to 80% thinking no. It does the bite if it was open arm and he did kind of bite like that, and honestly ripping out a chunk might be better, because if people have been bit, crazy girlfriend or something, or playing around and it kind of sink their teeth in, and that might be a little bit different. But if you cause it to bleed and ooze out and stuff, then that might be okay. Are you so sad? Roger's gonna die now. Oh.
No, I've also gotten
You
bit.
sure you're gonna make it?
Are you sure you're gonna make it?
I'm not gonna make it.
Can I put you out of your misery? Or is there still too much to do before you die?
I can still go.
Huh?
I can still go as long as I.
Hey, just to make sure you don't infect anybody else, can we put a muzzle on you? We can go over to the dog section and put a muzzle on you. I want to get a shot collar too, so I just want to have some fun with you before you die.
I don't want to point my gun at you.
Don't try to shoot through those gates. Openings are too small. Well, it'll wind up chasing us around again. Don't worry, they can't get through.
Okay, reality factor challenge.
Ding, ding, ding.
So I don't understand why they didn't get all the gun supplies first. Because they could access the way they did. I mean, I know they kind of finally looked through the thing, but like, hey, they yeah, no, they were climbing up through there, I think, before, weren't they? When they joined up and they were looking through there. So I don't understand why they didn't. The place was locked. Okay, they got the gate. I don't know why they didn't get the gun supplies and do all this and maybe even do some clearing that way.
We should get some gun supplies too.
I got gun supplies.
Yeah, but we should get more.
No, we're good. We're not until we're being swarmed. We're good. Okay, really. Okay, that's a problem there. I'm like, why would you not get the weapons? They should have had the weapons if they're going to go out and do that. I guess they had a couple weapons there, but it's still use the resources that you have. Use the trucks. Come up with a good plan to make sure that everybody's going to survive. I mean, it's dangerous work, but make sure everybody's going to survive. Okay, really? The little 22 caliber he grabs also won't go through those big slits you can stick your hand through. And even though not advisable and ricochets, he advises not to do that, but ricochets are not going to, it's not going to ricochet all over like that. Like I said, when it was in the mechanics room, that bullet would just sort of splatter and it would still sort of find its way in there. The momentum would still want to keep going that way. Apparently, it has to be a huge opening, like no door at all, before the bullet will find its target. Probably true with flyboy, though. You never know. The bullet will
go anywhere. Might even hit him.
I'm surprised he's not pointing the gun at him again.
Shut up!
They're coming! They're coming! They're still coming!
You okay,
I
Miss
just
Carter?
got him.
Okay, let's go.
I'm trying to aim for the head.
Okay, let's go.
When you shoot, you aim for the head, right? Head!
They're coming!
I shot a lot of it.
That's right, punch a zombie. He can feel it.
I'm out of ammo!
I don't even know who's supposed to have the keys. That small of a little flame from blowtorch on the other side of him, and they're
You gotta aim for the head, though.
they're gonna come in if you don't give them the keys.
Dummy, aim for the head!
Like I go.
Uh-oh.
At closer range, I don't know why he's bothering with his scope. Okay. Oh, good God. Okay, reality factor challenge.
Ding, ding, ding.
I love this show. I love just the events that they get to go through. Just the helicopter flying over here, landing on a mall, doing this stuff. I mean, some of the stuff, because I'm trying to make criticisms of this, it's sort of painful to watch. Okay, so they're worried about trying to lock the doors, get to a car. Why again are they running through? They should have dealt with them at the glass door, holding back with the torches. They had all those pistols. It's not like they have to worry about ammunition. They got to worry about guns.
What?
They can just stick the gun out and bam, bam, bam. They should have killed every single one of them right there. They should have. That should have been a question. They should have been doing the clear, 'Cause eventually they say, "Oh, we're gonna go on a hunt as soon as we're done with this type." So he's gonna say that after they get in the car and do this. Okay.
One thing though is the fire was on the ground. Wouldn't the place like catch on fire?
What place? The
The torch thing. The torches.
well, it did.
The torch
it
was on the
lit.
ground. It was spinning. It touched the ground. And how did it not catch on fire?
Well, the ground's it's not applying enough heat, and I don't think that stuff is very flat. I don't know if that was tile or linoleum floor, but the gas was burning up, and the liquid part was coming out because when you tip them sideways, they do that. Okay,
You're gonna
so
have my shotgun.
no, okay, hold on, let me see. So I get it from their perspective. This is how they've been dealing with zombies for a week in different mentalities, I guess. But I don't understand how Steven didn't get bit fumbling with the keys. Same thing happened and Roger was bitten. And then Fran shoots out the window waiting for the keys right next to his ear. That would have like blown his eardrum out permanently, making him deaf with a .22 caliber even. Okay. So it's they get up to the car and they don't even clear around the car. He's over here. He's over here. I mean, he just starts climbing in there. I'm like, they're so. This is like the marching of the ants. They're so slow. How are they even? How did he ever get doing this? They're not properly dealing with stuff. They got to make the movie dramatic, and this event happens, and but jeez, like they are. This is like an old folks' home, and they can't deal with them. These people are like just moving around so ridiculously slow. They're like super old people at an old folks' home. I mean, no super pun intended, no disrespect to, but we're talking about zombies. But they are just mulling around like. Do you think they should be able to deal with them better than this because the zombies are so slow?
Yes. Just go pow, 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 pow.
Let's get in the car. I'm like, why don't you walk there and shoot them on the way? Bam, bam, bam. Oh, I forgot that one. Bam. Let's panic! Let's panic! They're walking a half a mile. They'll be here in 12 minutes.
Me?
Okay, so, again, he provides horrible cover. Peter's the best of them all, I agree, but Roger's pretty good. But where was his cover? He's worrying about stupid barricades. He runs over him anyways. Now he's injured after being not being securely in the car and safely, and that was just the top flesh off his leg. I've seen people bitten by sharks and lose a lot more, move around better than that after that. So yeah, he has to cart him around in the stupid thing, and it's just a little surface wound, and he can still sort of hobble around, maybe with the crutch. And okay, but I thought zombies were hungry and wanted to take a bite. What the hell is this? Did you see that part? Did you see? She doesn't bite his leg. She grabs his leg that's already sort of wrapped up with injury and digs her thumbs into it and causes it to pop and bleed some more. What the hell is that? I'm hungry. No, I'm just gonna hurt you. I'm just a zombie and you're just a person. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm not hungry. I mean, because you might taste kind of funny, even though zombies are not supposed to be
This is the gore
picky.
factor bell, this is the safety factor bell, and this is the reality factor bell. I'm gonna ring the gore one. Ding, ding, ding.
Okay, let me get to this other part because there's this nun scene that I want to see. It's like funny to stand off. Look at this. Watch this. Watch this. They're just kind of staring at each other. She's like, I'm even though I'm a zombie, I'm a nun. But okay, whatever.
Get out!
Bam, bam. It's gonna work. It probably should. These things are so slow. I've seen the tide come in faster than this.
Why is the trunk open? Why is the trunk open?
Because they have to jump in and out real quick to get to the next door because they're... See? He's riding right there. You need to hurry up quick because the zombies will be here in 12 minutes.
Look at me. Then we're gone.
I thought they were in a desperate hurry to seal things off, but they have time to sit in a vulnerable area saying, we're going to go on a hunt. What have they been doing this whole time?
Yes!
Okay. Who's got the creepy baby? Creepy dead baby. That's the most annoying sound I've heard zombies ever make. I don't know where it's coming. The baseball player sits down. This is creepy. Look at this. This is creepy. Well, if I was a zombie, we'd be good friends. Just sits and stares. I guess I can see why. I could see why. Okay, I can see why some of them would have such a hard time because they were thinking
one thing.
They're dead and shooting them.
Oh, Roger, I see. I forgot where Roger was.
Yeah, he's there. Okay, no, but see how he kind of sits down almost sort of human-like, and he's kind of looking at her, whatever. But that's just, crocodile tears things. Maybe, I don't know. But I could see why they'd have issues, because this guy's just staring into her eyes and everything, and they're fresh dead. So it seems more like, lifelike compared to other story zombies. Possibly making that more difficult to kill. Okay, so finally another good idea. They're boarding up the stairwell to conceal it so it doesn't show. That was absolutely a good idea, except they made the lamest piss poor wall that's so weak. I mean, I would have put full plywood there or something. Beams.
I don't want you here.
She's sick. I was just going to say that. She's about 4 months pregnant, getting morning sickness. That seems a little off. I thought morning sickness like when you first found out you was pregnant. I've been pregnant. Not going to be because I don't believe in that.
Second one is very weak.
Yeah, that's a big nope. Dropping the bodies in their food storage area. They need to drop them off on the side or load them in a truck and move them off somewhere. This is like, You're going in there to those, I mean, even in the cold storage, that's still going to cause some rotting issues. That's gross, right? Now that's gross. Now the zombie in the other movie upstairs, that's nothing compared to just having all that piled that you have to step through to get to your food storage. Like, I think I'm not hungry.
Wee.
Woo, buddy. You never know.
Mormon.
You never know.
Yeah, for bartering along the way if they have to go someplace.
That's $1,000.
Oh, we probably got tens of, maybe even 100, I don't know how much. You got quite a bit. But see, that was one of the most interesting things that people have desire for, I think, in placing themselves in this situation. And it makes you feel glad that Roger got to partake in some of it before he's going to die.
That's very cool. They get this stored all to themselves. I would want this stored all to myself. But I
know, that's what I'm telling you. The fighting the zombies was horrible, but this is one of the things I've always loved about this. Let's go on a shopping spree. This is what interests people in some zombie movies.
Yeah. But the cool thing about this,
You don't
have to pay for anything. It's all free.
Well, yeah, they're gonna splurge because it's like they're wealthy now. They got to have all the money in the world to them. It all belongs to them. They get to do whatever they want. Test this, try this, no consequences. You know, might as well because you're going through a horrible situation and you're trying to blow off steam. They're getting to do things that people always wanted to try.
Next time you turn pale.
I think it's about time to put you down and turn a zombie. That's the only other part that's just really sad and touching, isn't it? He doesn't want to come back and affect them. He's like, alright, my time's done. I'm glad we got to be brothers. You know, it's a rather sad, touching scene. You know, he's on that much morphine and he's going to try not to come back. Although, I don't think there's much he can do about it. Trying to have some dignity in death, though. Which has been weird this whole time, this dynamic between Roger and Peter, because they just met at the beginning of the zombie breakout, where Roger and Steven were already friends. So it's like these two were like acting more closer friend brothers than Roger and Steven, and those are the guys that knew each other. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, it was a while ago when we was trying to figure that stuff out, but because Roger introduced Peter to Steven.
Pale.
Huh?
You're turning pale.
I love you, and I'll see you on the other side, brother, okay? God. Okay, let's try to be serious now. Where are we at? Get up here and start getting some blood back in your face.
You're just joking.
So watch this. He is barely dead. Drop the bombs. Why? You just go up there and poke him with a stick. You just render everything uninhabitable by nuclear fallout. Look at this. Holy crap. He's barely been dead. These other zombies didn't look that bad. He is like the most freaking hideous zombie that's on here, and he's the one that's the freshest. Isn't that horrible? Ah! Don't freaking really bite me. What the hell? Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna smack you in the head with a stick. Okay, pay attention.
That's for you to shoot me.
Alright, if you insist, I'll do it twice.
There are no divisions among living ladies.
This is gonna hurt you more than it's gonna hurt me. This seems safe, shooting guns on a shooting range you've made out of the ice rink. Could slip and fall and have that gun go off and shoot yourself in the butt, or worse. I mean, Flyboy's really good at having ricochet shots, but and you want to do that on the ice?
Dad, my guns belong to you now.
Okay, so she was hardly showing before, now she's really showing. Like, they've been there, gotta been there a couple months then. It feels like they've been there a couple months. If she wasn't showing before, so-called 4 months, well, I guess with her morning sickness of 4 months, and then all of a sudden, you know, that's only showing a week and a half on this calendar. So, okay, but they were shooting in the ice ring, as I mentioned before, is not a good idea. I don't know why they would want to shoot at these real targets and keep thinning the zombies. They were shooting already. Why wouldn't you go out and shoot the zombies? You going inside, wasting ammunition, shooting crap up. Keep them away from those doors. I know that it's possible zombies would go to where they were familiar, but I don't buy they all want to go here, and wouldn't they, you know, change and go some other places too. Not just be stuck trying to get in here. Only here. Okay. Well, for being in there, I understand tons of anxiety and cabin fever, and they did do things to stay busy, like the tennis and the record players, music, and all, but they should have spent, you know, the time reading more books to gather more knowledge that if they were to try to maybe move on with the world afterwards, they might need it. Probably be useful since there's, no internet or other entertainments. Okay, reality factor challenge here.
Ding ding ding.
So they're arguing over the TV, but the signal they're getting is over the rabbit ears. Now it's like local over-the-air broadcast. And it's relayed from main network locations typically. The local relay could have just gotten knocked out. That doesn't mean that there aren't still trying. It doesn't seem like they're considering this now, as our systems work a little different now. Okay, so okay, we gotta stop. Like, I already talked about how far they are in. Like, they've probably been here like a month or two. I was absolutely floored at this part that they became so complacent with cabin fever that they decided to start planning again, having ready to go supplies in the chopper, but waited a month to start teaching her to fly. She wanted to fly the helicopter in case something happened to him, and then she waited 2 months. It's like ridiculous. There was so much more hardening of the facility they could have done instead of shopping for a month and goofing off, which some was okay, but where's all the contingency planning to make sure they would survive through everything that could challenge them? She wanted to learn to fly the helicopter so long. Why did she wait more than a month?
I don't know.
Do you think that makes sense? You're going to leave me with the gun and I want to learn that helicopter. And then they went shopping.
That's them.
We don't like people that don't share. We don't like people that don't share. Real bad.
Okay, how does that guy even know that they're listening anyways? Like they're up there just they've been there for how long? But if they'd already learned how to fly the helicopter, they would have been trying to do it now, and then they wouldn't have been alerted, those people seeing a helicopter fly. They was watching them after they were just teaching the helicopter to fly now. So they should have already learned how to fly the helicopter, huh?
Looks like they've been surviving on the road all through this thing. Well, that's not. Come on. Looks like they've been surviving on the road all through this thing. Like they've been surviving on the road all through this thing. That's not make it easy. Come on. Let's make it easy.
Okay, so of course a heathen people like this is going to be eating up a time like this with
No lawlessness.
because there's no law, it's lawlessness. Don't seem like they want to coexist with anyone either, even though they have a common enemy. I'm not sure what or why our main characters plan to do really, because that's why they boarded up the stairwell, is to not be seen. I would think they would mean to let them just come through and not be noticed. Surprisingly, the one time they start to fly a helicopter, it's seen by raiders. Funny coincidence, like the plot calls for it or something. But they would figure some things up with the trucks, though. They would just like, okay, what's going on with the small? Where's their trucks blocked in front of it? Huh. Seems though if they are going to try to be secretive, that ladder has to stay down, but would be a problem if the raiders came up to that level and found them out. They're like juveniles. Okay, for all of their heathenism and just utter disregard. Hey, there's no law. We can be the nastiest bunch of demon people, vile, nasty people. It was a spray water bottle thing. So, okay, you gotta admit the pie part was pretty funny though.
We took it. It's ours.
flyboy's gonna die.
Okay, as I stated a moment ago, I thought that was the plan, is to lay low and go unnoticed. But it can't happen with the helicopter and trucks on the doors in a situation like this. They should have tried to find a gun depot with military weapons. Could have been a good option, since they didn't think raiders are a possibility. Because I think now, if they didn't try to shoot back and show enough force, they may have never left. But as good as they are already and planning and executing that plan, this ain't gonna be good. He's already started shooting, but with a small gun, and I think it was a 22 anyways. I'm not sure they could hear with that many bikes in there driving around loud. He's shooting at them. I mean, the bikes are revving up and doing stuff. I'm not even sure if they'd be able to hear the gunshots. So, he wasn't worried about the place until they shot at him, too. Mr. Can't Shoot and Can't Fight is going to take on a professional army. Wait a minute, just they're after the place, but now we got a war? You can read some. Oh man, I've got such a splitting headache. Okay, so it is nice to see someone in this era is trying to use other means of weapons of disposing the zombies, and not just dependent on guns to dispose of them because of some inherent problems. A little off the top, please. I see you too. Let me spit on you. Okay, so I don't even know what happened with the lights. Okay, he's gonna run past some pumps, and the pumps still sound like they're running, but the lights went off. He should have shot down there through the vent to get those guys, because they saw that he did have a rope ladder access, and he didn't want to lead them back to him. So I mean, he certainly should have either not gone down there, or I don't know. He's a SWAT guy, and he doesn't seem like his protocols of handling operations like that's really doing the best. But he should have probably taken them out so they didn't know that that's a ladder access vent with the rope thing for them to go someplace and for them to keep chasing after them or something. I don't even understand how it went out anyways. Okay, so a reality factor here.
Ding, ding, ding.
So by this time, there's a lot of cringeworthy things that have already happened. Peter is running through the mechanical area because all the lights turned off. Well, I did re-examine this as I was watching this after seeing it several times, and I don't think it was the main power, it was just a circuit. But if they damage it from shooting at things or whatever, then it would re-trip once you try to reset it. So that, I don't know, that doesn't make sense. And it seems like the elevator's out, some of these lights here, the fountain, it seems like a whole bunch of random things in different places are on this one circuit that got it. So that's, okay, weird. Even if they're shooting, okay, let's see. So I don't know why Steven, so he's in the elevator, why he didn't sling his gun better up on his shoulder to not drop it, regardless of whether the power came on or not. But he should have covered the elevator access so as not to be followed. But the guys come in there saying they know he's in there. How? How they figure that out? They have no way of knowing. Okay, he was already up in there, moved away from them. Then they came in there when the lights come on and everything like that. And there's just, yeah, that's it's not copacetic. And they just start shooting through the top. It looked like he knelt down to hide, as if they wouldn't be able to see him. Else I don't know why we wouldn't have grabbed. They wouldn't have grabbed it, or he wouldn't have grabbed his pistol. I believe he could have shot it. He could have shot at them first. If he knew if they were coming, because he was trying to run up there and hide. Well, he didn't sit waiting or something like that. So it's like they shouldn't have known that it was in there, and then he didn't respond because he does have a pistol. Okay, but even if they could see Steven to shoot at him, they are missing. Then they don't finish killing him. Yeah, so some of this just doesn't really fly with me. He's in here, but they shouldn't have known, and then they shoot at him and they don't finish him off, and then they run out. So that's just a bunch of much more of this weird dramatized incompetent stuff. Huh? Flyboy's not very good with things. He should have held on to that gun better, huh? Okay, so we're gonna stop right here. Here's a few things to unload here. We're gonna do a reality factor. So, okay, I don't know why being injured like this. He would try to going down in the elevator. He gets shot. He was already heading up. Why would he go back down? Because his goal was to go up the elevator in the first place when he got shot. Why did he just climb down there and not try to go get medical attention? Okay, at least first check with Peter on the radio after being injured before he did anything. You know, hey, I'm injured. I might need some medical attention here. You might need to come to me. He's being stupid again. That's right, because it's Flyboy thinking. Decision making. The guy's trying to check his blood pressure is rather amusing. He just wanted to use the machine so bad. Okay, and although I don't believe that even them pulling on him and his arm in that cuff would rip his arm off. I know they bit him right there, but you're talking about they just kind of bit him a couple times and his whole arm come apart. That's not going to happen. And the guy on the ground didn't seem to fight back much, where Flyboy, at least being bit multiple times, is still going to manage to push them out of the elevator here in a minute. Oh, come on. Why did he lock out the elevator too? Why didn't he hit the close the door buttons and do the emergency stop? He's close enough where he could hear him. Why the hell didn't he just start running and climb like crazy to get to him? He might have still needed some help at this point. Now he would be hearing shooting. Alright, we got to unload on a few things here with the reality factor challenge. Oh my god, what the crap? Okay, so Peter doesn't go to at least check on Flyboy on the top of the elevator. He said he was heading there, but then doesn't. Here's a shot, or here's the commotion. I mean, at that point, he should be like emergency running to get there so that he could maybe stop him from getting injured. Because if he's just fighting him, and maybe he hasn't gotten bit, at that point. Okay, so Flyboy is lying there on the ground dying and doesn't try to make one last talk on the radio. Okay, so we got both of them that are going back to making bad decisions again. He should have locked out the elevator. He should have hit the stop on it so the thing wouldn't open with them all in the building now. And then Peter doesn't go to him, and then Flyboy after this be like, hey, I'm bit, I'm done. So, tell my wife or my girlfriend that I tried to marry that I love her or something. Nothing. Like, what the hell? He doesn't even let him, I'm done, It's just... And then Peter doesn't ever go up in the top to check, which really caused a problem. It's going to cause a real severe problem here in a little bit. But, does that make any sense? Peter does not continue to go see the status of Flyboy, and Flyboy down there dying doesn't call on the radio and tell him this condition and say goodbye. That sucks, huh? What, are you sad? Are you, oh my god! What? Are you sad that Flyboy's gonna die? Hey, as much as I've criticized Flyboy, as much as I've been after Flyboy this whole movie, because he's been kind of a pansy, not a very good fighter, he fought him off. He fought 4 or 5 zombies, pushed them out of the elevator after being shot in the arm with not a very good functional arm, so he wasn't at full strength, but he was still able to manage to shove them all and push them all out of there. So here's a good salute to you, Flyboy, on your way out. I just wished he would have called and said goodbye, to him. He's dying, and it's just when most people want to say, hey, let you know I care about you guys, I love you, goodbye. He didn't do that. He should have, huh? But I don't find that believable because he's bleeding out of his mouth and he's not been shot in the lung or damage in the lung. Why he should have blood coming out of his mouth? That's another thing I got to notice and throw in there. Are you okay? A fake character actor is dying and you're sad? It's okay. It's touchy and emotional, and other people cry on things, especially women.
There's that same zombie again that was looking down the barrel.
He's a spazoid. Somebody needs to just pull the trigger on him. Did you see the wall? Look at that flimsy little... Okay, so did you see that? There's a reality factor challenge I didn't add in here, but I'm going to do that. Those boards were cut. You can see that they're pre-cut, so for the movie stuff, because they're trying to push through to say, oh my gosh, all these zombies came through, but you could actually tell the 2x4s in the wall were like halfway cut through, so the wall would break or easier. But even with those 2x4s, I would have that would be like a bunker wall. They ought to just concreted that sucker in or something. I'd have made that impassable wall. That was a big mistake. We're just going to kind of cover it with the curtain and nobody will notice, instead of actually being a physical barrier. So that was horrible kind of blunder. Okay, big, reality factor challenge. I mean, yes, ring the crap out of that bell, because what in the actual crap? What in the actual crap? What are we on, the 5,000th blunder here? I mean, right here about what I'm going to say is about 5 of them in itself. First, he didn't go crawl through the access to see what happened with Steven. If he could have, he even got there in time, okay? But would have found out he was bitten and dying or dead and could have shot him, preventing zombie Steven from leading the others there. Okay, so they'd have been up there safe. They could have just rebuilt everything.
My favorite zombie so far is the one that's looking down the barrel.
Is that a telescope? I think I can see the stars. Yeah.
He's like,
what's down there? Okay.
Like,
so, not that I'm sure I believe that could happen. It seems like he's showing too much cognitive function for a zombie. But we talked about that a lot in the other movies. Some bunch of inconsistencies. Could it happen? Could it not? Is there some brain function that they sort of couldn't remember? There's a point when a zombie remembers pretty much everything and then starts having some cognitive reasoning and says, hey, maybe I shouldn't eat my fellow man even though I've been bitten and I'm a zombie, I'm dead, but I can still walk. Okay, so knowing where to find his way all the way from the department store and that there is a fake wall. That was so ridiculously flimsy. I just mentioned that. And it was pre-cut through, so it's like a movie mistake challenge thing. You could see the boards were sort of pre-cut, so it would break. There, and that his friends are up there. So, okay, so if he can show that much, shouldn't he know? I said it's a no to leave them alone, because they will be harmed. Because he wants to get back to his friends. That's a sort of, hey, this is where I need to go to get back home. But at some point, if he knows all those things, why would he go to get his friends hurt? Is there a sense he wants them to join him? Does he have enough cognitive ability? Hey, I want to be my friends. I'm dead. Do I want them to be dead with me? I don't know.
He needs a little Jesus in his life.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, and my next blunder for that is I've been waiting to mention is their lack of changing out door knobs with locks on their apartment doors. They've had a month. Um, why weren't they lockable anyways? Okay, they should have been that way from the store management and everything. But then also added barricading bars for extra support. I mean, this would be like their final last stand. I mean, those doors are heavy doors. They are steel doors. I just needed to have a locking door, and they probably would have been fine. But for something that was even heavier, like the invasion force, they could have added extra steel bars or something to make that door pretty much impenetrable. So they could have really held up there to handle the situation. So that's really ridiculous. Okay, and there's also the door that's at the bottom of the stairs. I don't know why that one wasn't lockable as well, or why he did lock it if he came up anyways. Okay. Okay, so if they did all those things, they would have been able to keep that apartment start over cleaner. You know, start over and to re-clear and reclaim the mall again. Okay, so although being more challenging with just Peter and the damage caused, but it's still doable.
I don't want to go.
Sure, I'll just go and fend for myself, a frail woman that's pregnant.
Doesn't the woman usually die first and he's literally dead? So Peter's gonna die first.
Honey, I'm home! Wow, I bet she loved seeing that.
I just saw the zombie that was looking down the barrel again.
Yeah, he comes up there.
Like, the zombie's pretty funny. There
There
he
he
is!
is. Okay, so he doesn't want to go, but doesn't help her out by not moving the ladder so they can't go up. That doesn't make sense. The dude is looking down the barrel of the gun. I think he gets up there on top. I mean, I don't understand how he did that by holding the gun and looking down the barrel.
What?
I want to ride. Oh, there he goes. He's kind of using it to push himself up with the thing. With the gun that is looking. You think he was looking down the barrel the whole time when he was trying to climb up the ladder? I don't see how he could see where he was going if he was looking down.
There he is. Oh, that? He's finally not looking down the barrel.
I'll give him a minute. He'll do it again. Oh, Don's coming. That'll just save us all.
He's dead.
Come on, go A-team. Batman. See, if they all kind of taught each other how to fight like this. Look at this. He can do that stuff. Roger gets bit, and so does Steven, but he can make it through. That's a lot of zombies having to go through all that stuff and not get bit. The good thing she was really trying to wait for him. Hopefully he would change his mind. He did. Good thing she didn't immediately take off. Dude, he's like a tough zombie, but man, it's creepy though. It's like somebody needs to take him out. Hey, what's done this one?
Go! Come in!
That's right, you get him, boy. Oh, wait for us. We want to scoop him.
Because really, if most everybody's infected, they would have to deal with it. Well, thank you for watching today's video.
Okay, wait a minute, we're not done yet. So, okay. After with his fiasco with the zombie that likes to grab guns and look down the barrel and traded him, since he can beat every other zombie and not get bit, makes it to the chopper, but they don't have much fuel. Why did they never try to get any? trucks at the depot after clearing the parking lot like they should have. They might even had a fuel tank. Some depots had their own fuel refill stations for the trucks. Why is the chopper not got much fuel? I mean, that's the biggest. If they went to go get the ammo ready, went to do all these things, why was this thing not ever loaded with fuel either? They could have floated down there and did some, whatever, all done it together. So now they've got 2 less people and now less fuel. So,
Oh,
wow, I really don't know what they're planning. Now they're even worse off. So I don't know. We'll see how that gets for them. But all right. Like I said, this is one of my favorite shows. I like how the plot was. I mean, the way that the zombie fighting is. I mean, some of it's just comical. Maybe it's designed to be. I don't know. I've never really looked through like a Blu-ray or special effects stuff or the commentary things to really know. But some of the stuff is really goofy and funny. But honestly, a living dead person doing some things would be funny anyways. Kind of like an animal would be. They just don't have a consciousness about them to know what would be cool or not. But I like the way everything sort of plays out. It's just, there's some fantasy in it that, let's have a free-for-all. Let's go ice skating. Let's go eat this. Always wanted to buy this. I could never afford this in the store. Okay, watching the show, I want to hear from you. Tell me what you thought about the movie. What did you think about? I mean, in the beginning, it starts off pretty gruesome, or pretty
crazy. But my
intense,
most favorite part was the part the zombie kept looking down the barrel. He's like, "Oh, this is what is this?" That was my favorite.
That's your absolute favorite part. Yes. Do you have any other parts that you really liked?
Mm-hmm.
What? The trucks.
The trucks was pretty good, but one thing about that, they should never been playing Cowboys, or else Roger would die.
Yeah.
But technically, Peter realized that he shouldn't be playing Cowboys once.
Yeah, they were all hyping themselves up, and even Peter was guilty of that. Not as bad in it. Roger really lost it, though. Do you like how they... Wasn't that cool how they found a safe place in a mall? They landed a helicopter on it, and they got into a safe storage room. Yeah, but that little storage room, I always thought the architecture with that was like way cool because they turned it into an apartment, and that was so cool. They had a skylight roof access escape, and they only had like one door in there. But that was dumb though. They should have put some better locking doorknobs and all sorts of stuff in there, huh? So they made some blunders, but that's really what makes a bunch of these shows is not that they can make sense and do common logic, right? Because some of these things are illogical, but if they did logical things, then we wouldn't have a plot, we wouldn't have a story, and we wouldn't have dramatic effects and some dramatization because they would be handled, and then the story wouldn't drag on. And that's okay, because it is for entertainment purposes. So, were you not entertained?
I was very entertained. Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
How would you feel if you could, clear out a whole mall? If the world was falling apart and you cleared a whole mall, what would be the first thing you'd get?
Probably empty space. We got a pretty crappy mall around here, and I hope it would be a good mall. Where it had lots of good stuff.
She's back up
So,
here again.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
what was the other part of your question? What would be the first thing I'd do?
Yeah, what would be the first thing you get for free? Not empty space. What would be the first thing you get in the mall?
Probably some food and rest. Because by the time I had to do all that work, I'd probably want to make sure I was safe.
And if I was with you, I'd just go running free. Grab things.
Yeah, I would need you around in case a zombie tried to attack me. I could push you in front of me. You could be the blocker.
No.
And then you'd be the bait, and they could eat you, and I could escape. It's like the story. It's like the story. Hey, what are you doing tying your shoelaces? You can't outrun a bear. All I need to do is outrun you. Hey, okay, I understand. If I got shot in the leg, I couldn't outrun you, and then we'd have to be shooting each other instead of the bear, and that would make sense either. So, okay, so last thought. I'm gonna finish this up.
The ice rink, I'd learn how to play. I'd learn how to ice skate because honestly, I have no idea how to do this. You know, I'm 10 years old. What?
Yeah, but that's not really common anymore as an ice rink. But if we did have an ice rink, that would be kind of a little bit of fun to have.
Mm.
So, okay. So what are we going to say? We're going to appreciate everybody for watching our video?
Yeah, and please leave a like on every video that we make. We make new videos every day.
No, we don't make new videos every day. There's a lot of analysis and editing that we do. So there is a lot of effort that we're doing. And it's just us doing it. So
yeah, it takes us a few days to edit it.
Yeah, we're working on it.
It takes it.
We got a bunch of new project ideas that we're working on. So definitely give us some comments about what you like, what we're doing, some of the things you might dislike that we could improve on. Some of the videos that you'd want us to analyze and watch.
Yeah, we would appreciate that.
Okay, so like, subscribe,
and comment and share.
And hit the notification bell
so you don't miss any more videos. Thank you for watching today's video. And we'll see you guys in the next video.